I'm Karen Wellman. I also was a candidate for commissioner and was present at Casco Township. I was also present during the testing of these machines at Manlius Township. And Mr. Jessup, I have doubt. And therefore, if I have doubt, you stated we should have a recount.
No, I didn't. I said
You did state that, Mr. Jessup. And I also, at the same time, have a great deal of respect for the majority of the people that have been involved in this election. And I can commend the majority of the people that have worked in this election. When I saw the testing at Manlius Township, we saw a break in the chain of custody. The Diebold machines, after they had the seal put on them, were taken from the testing room and moved into another area of the building out of our site and set on some tables. And I'm not sure exactly what was being done, other than I overheard at the very beginning of this meeting that they were then going to send results of the testing to the county clerk. I don't know how that was being sent, and I would like to ask that of you right now. How did you receive results from the testing that was conducted of the Diebold machines at Manlius Township prior to the election?
Via modem.
Via modem. And at what point were they connected to the modem to transfer that, or was it done wirelessly?
It was connected by the phone line.
And in what room were they connected by the phone line? Because at no time did I ever see...
I was not present, so I connot answer that.
Okay. At no time did I ever see the machines being connected to a modem or a phone line in the room that we were looking at. I have one other question then. Since the seal was already put on the machine, and I saw that occurring in the testing room, and I saw the machines brought over into this other room, and I must assume, because I was told earlier that they were going to be transferring that, and now Mrs. Watts has confirmed that this was there was a modem attached to the machine. Is this modem attached to the machine while the seal is on the machine, Mrs. Watts?
Yes.
So at this point, we have access into the machine while the seal is on it, and that is a critical issue. Anyone who has studied the Diebold machines knows that one of the easiest ways of manipulating data is through a modem and access it that way. And we have just found out that you can have access to that machine while the seal is on it, and that furthermore, this machine was taken out of our visual site and placed onto a modem with the seal on it. When we asked what was happening, we were denied that. When we asked to keep an eye on the machines, we were told we could not look in that room. When we asked, what are you going to do with the machines? Why have you brought them here in this room? We were told that they were preparing to bring them home.
The Help America Vote Act, Title III, Section 301, sets the voting system standards. Part B establishes a manual audit capacity, and Section 3 states, the paper record produced shall be available as an official record for any recount conducted with respect to any election in which the system is used. The only time elections are audited is if someone calls for a recount. Approximately 0.5% of all elections are recounted, placing a high degree of trust that the tabulator totals are correct. We now know that government officials have access to those totals by modem and they can be changed. If a recount is requested, then they'll need to change the totals and someone will need to access the ballots prior to the recount to make sure the ballots agree with the official totals. After the 2008 general election in Allegan County, we had a recount between two candidates for the circuit court seat. One had so many volunteers he had the maximum of 2 counters at each table. The winner of the recount only had one volunteer, Joyce Watts, the son of the county clerk who controlled the ballots from the date the recount was requested to the date of the recount. They were secured by Joyce Watts and her son. I was present at that recount and photographed many of the seals on the ballot containers prior to the recount. There were 49 precincts requested to be counted, and the official totals of the recount showed that 25 precincts, or 53% of total precincts, could not be counted because 14 of the containers had the wrong number of ballots in it and 11 others had improperly attached seals. I photographed many seals and I show you 2 seals that goes a long way toward proving felonious actions by government officials who controlled this recount. First is Fillmore Township. The seal is like a garbage tie that can only be pulled one way through the locking part. Fillmore's seal is placed on the ballot container loosely so that it can be cut and someone can compromise the contents of the container. It was not cut, but the Michigan Bureau of Elections did not disallow it as one of the 11 improperly attached seals. The second seal is Wellman Township. This tie was pulled up tight like they are all supposed to be, but the smooth end of the tie is not there, indicating that someone did compromise this container. How about the state of Michigan? Yes, they also accepted this container. That is how federal law called HAPA helps Americans vote for the right person, because you are given a choice of 2 candidates and you just might make a mistake and